who will be speaking to us, speaking to us about the benefits of wholesale. So David, please take it away.
Thank you. First, I'd like to thank the Ballpex team and the members for your business and the opportunity to have a discussion today. Also want to thank my hardworking co-workers on the Fordis team who have joined. I know this is a very intense segment to be in, so thanks for your hard work. Fordis 15. So our redistribution channel was rebranded to Fordis in 2008. This is 15 years on the premise of providing exceptional logistical and product solutions designed to maximize bottom line results for our redistribution partners. We are thankful for the growth and support. Next. The agenda, very brief. It'll take me 12 to 13 minutes to get through it. We're going to start with our core values, just meet the team from west to east quickly, a little bit about the Fordis impact and partnership, and a quick update on indirect programs, touch on single-use plastics, and just highlight Bill S211, just to give you some context around it. Next, our core values. So everything within our organization starts with our core values, and they are the pillars that we guide ourselves on. And it factors into all of our decision-making process. It starts with integrity, customer focus, passion for results. We all want to grow our business, people commitment, one team, and operational excellence. So we continue to give you good pricing in the marketplace. Next, from west to east, I think our teams are some of the most qualified in the industry. In the west, we have Matt, Dan, and Andy. In Alberta, we have Tyler and Christy. We have Dave Soloway in Manitoba and Saskatchewan. And then in Ontario, we have Johnny, we have Mike, we have Jordan, we have Darren, and we have Leslie, who supports our Fordis business from coast to coast. Then in Quebec, we have Patrick and Gaetan. And then Atlantic Canada, we have Kim Murtha. Then the leadership team is staggered across the country with Kerry Marco in the west, myself in Central Canada, and Sylvain Sevigny in the east. If you just click next on the slide, you'll see where they're all situated across our map. If you go to the slide on the Fordis customer service team, you'll notice that we have 14 people dedicated to customer service in Fordis. 5 of them with over 10 years of experience. You'll notice there's only 11 people in the picture. Those are centrally located in Ontario. We also have Angela in Calgary, Celine and Natalie in Quebec. Combined with our 16 reps, it's 30 and managers, it's 30 people dedicated to the Fordis segment, and I have to assume it's got to be the biggest in Canada. And you'll notice that the Fordis customer service team was the 2022 Team of the Year for our internal teams. We do have awards for our internal team members. Next, what we do. At a high level, we are a master distribution company that focuses within the redistribution reseller market. We buy truckloads so you can sell cases and skids. We have strong roots in the facility maintenance, Jansen business, food service, and packaging industries. We typically complement your core offering, right? So we're the ability to draw from multiple brand name partners at once while using small attainable order quantities and allow you to sell deeper to your existing account base without compromising your core offering or taking up your own valuable inventory floor space. If you go to the next slide, just kind of want to run through the value of one pallet, a little segue there on the value of floor space. If you remember last year, our conversation was around supply chains, lead times, labor shortages. People have short memories, but a lot has changed in the last year. And in some cases, you may be destocking or you have overstocking of goods. And just a little, we all need to be cognizant of the value of space, even if it's one pallet. So this just little exercise is kind of based on some industry averages, but your situation may be different. And there's just some costs to think about when you're looking at your sales and profitability to variable and or fixed cost. Essentially, it's just the mini P&L of your business to generate bottom line revenue for your organization. So a couple things: labor, the cost to move a pallet in and out of your facilities, it's going to be around $10 a skid. You look at rent and taxes. Rent typically, depending on where you are in the country, could vary from $15 per square foot per year, and then taxes, everybody has to pay those, so that adds up. LPW is light, power, water. CAM is commercial area maintenance and insurance. If you break that down on a per skid basis, it's probably going to be around $12 to $15. On average, you look at dead and access inventory, damages, or carrying costs. That's probably around $4 or $5 per skid, probably a little bit higher. I don't know if anyone's got a new mortgage or leased a new car. The carrying cost is significant, and you're looking at 8 to 10% on a line of credit these days. And then there's the internal costs, right? You need to pay sales professionals, you need to have IT, some technology. So this adds up to about $75 per pallet. And you look at your annual cost per skid, it's probably between $800 to $1,000. And that's not even including specialized services such as like fire alarms or fire suppression systems. You're looking at trailers and training and waste disposal. So I think this is a conservative number to apply. So it doesn't matter if you're a small, medium, or even large company. Space and working capital is important to all sizes of organizations. And if you're able to turn your inventory and focus on your core offering, it should lead to bottom line profitability for your organization. Go to the next slide. With Fordis, we have 80,000 SKUs listed, helping our business partners like yourselves serve your customers. This is more noticeable today than it was even a year ago on a couple fronts, right? Carrying costs are higher. The transition on the single-use plastics. So before, meeting vendor minimums may have been easier when you're able to fill a truck out with a high cube, low dollar item such as foam. But now with carrying costs and vendor minimums, it may make sense to work with us as a redistribution partner on some of those SKUs. And the other area where we feel we help is when you're working with your end users, people don't want to say no. Essentially, we allow you to be everything to everyone, so you don't have to say no. That kind of allows you to protect your clients. They're not shopping elsewhere for goods. You're able to get them, you can get them their core offerings or their B, C, and D items, and providing you the ability to serve the last mile in the supply chain and meet your customer demands. And if you go to the next slide, kind of speak to about brands and products, right? The ability to gain access to some of the most sought after brands, whether they're sourced locally, nationally, internationally, helps with your cost. And you can consolidate multiple manufacturers on one single purchase order. And collectively, as a team, we can collaborate a go-to-market strategy with your regional reps and to expand business in new segments, or even focus with a key vendor on branded items, which allows you to focus on what's important, which is your core business. And that credibility with brands, that means a lot to some end users, and hopefully it helps you grow your business. We are solutions driven and product agnostic, and we do partner with many vendors and align with numerous product offerings. So working with your local Fordis rep, typically they have a good handle on market dynamics, allowing you to be competitive while providing solutions to your customers. Go to the next slide. Speaking of some core suppliers, we do have the Ballpex indirect program. Gojo has been very successful, which started in 2016. There was a refresh of collateral in 2022. Kimberly-Clark, the wiper program extended into 2023. And 3M will coming soon with a food service program on select SKUs. In addition to brands and products, go to the next slide. Just want to touch on the single-use plastics. Obviously, this has had a lot of noise this year. We do have resources that we can share with your teams from multiple manufacturers, ranging from EcoGuardian, Eco Packaging to Pactive. And in September, all the resource pages will be on our landing page on the Fordis e-com site, which will house all of the information, and that'll be available in September for you. If you go to the next slide, the last slide, which is Bill S-211. This is just more of a heads up. What this is Bill S-211 is an act to fight against forced labor and child labor in supply chains. And it passed the third reading in May and has received royal assent and is expected to come into law on January 1st, 2024. So do your research. I don't want to be the lawyer speaking on your behalf, but essentially what you need to do is you need to, if you're buying overseas where there's potential risk, you need to report and present on what you're doing to reduce the risk of forced labor in your forced labor or child labor in the supply chains. And if you do not comply, depending on the size of your organization, it could lead to summary conviction or a fine up to $250,000. So it's important that you have a complete understanding of your supply chains and the potential long-term risk to your business. And that goes to the last slide, which is Q&A. I think I'm right on point with the timing. And thank you.
Do we have any questions for David or the team? Nothing? All right, well, there's no questions. David, I would like to say thank you to you and the team for hosting today, and thank you again for your support for being our elite vendor partner for the month of August. If anybody has any questions after this that you couldn't think of, please let us know, or direct your questions to David or Leslie O'Brien on the call as well. Other than that, I'd like to thank everybody for joining us today, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. Thank you for your business. We appreciate the support. Have a great week.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.